Hey guys, I'm Susie Cray and I've been working at the King of Knives in Cairns, Central and Stockland, Cairns. Everyone who comes into the store is asking how to sharpen knives. So I thought I'd create a video for you to be able to go through it step by step in your own pace. So what I want to point out, we've got a Japanese knife just here that is set at a 15-degree angle. I have a whetstone that is for Japanese knives. So it's a 1000 and 6000 grit stone. It does actually say it on the side just there. The 1000 section, you'll notice, is twice as thick as the 1000. That is because you wear the stone down more than you do with the 6000. So you're spending a lot more time on the 1000 cutting the new edge of the knife, and then you flip the stone over to the 6000. So it's a duo grit stone. Then we also have a tub of water. Might grab myself a wet cloth. The idea behind it is while I'm sharpening the knife, I need to maintain the liquid on the stone. So what angle, how do I know a 15-degree angle? Well, the best way to figure it out is go by angles. So if we think about a 90-degree angle, the knife is at 0 and my arm is currently at 90. If I go down to half of that, that is a 45-degree angle. Half of that again is about 22.5 degrees. So I just need to go a smidge more. The most important thing is not the exact 15-degree angle, but the consistency in which you're sharpening the knife. So the stone and the knife are at a 90-degree angle. Place the knife halfway there, and what did we say? 45 degrees. Half again is 22.5 degrees, so a little bit more. I kind of like to think about it as a coin just underneath the knife, holding it up on the edge of the blade, and that generally is the angle. But throughout my whole process of the knife sharpening, I'm going to be thinking in my head 90 degrees, 45, 22, just a bit more. Consistency once again, not the fact it's got to get to exactly 15 degrees, but a consistency. Mind you, if it is a European or Chinese knife, they're manufactured at a 20-degree angle because they need to be wider, broader, more robust, as opposed to these Japanese-made Japanese knives. Not to be confused with a Japanese steel made in China, like many shops have got, but Japanese-made is 15 degrees. Chinese-made with Japanese steel is 20 degrees. So just remember that. Otherwise, if you're making the knife blade too thin, you're going to find that the knife edge is more vulnerable to breaking and bending, and you're going to have to sharpen the knife much quicker. The edge just doesn't hold at 15 degrees if it's Chinese manufactured. German steel, fantastic, superior steel, depending on where it's made. So German steel made in China, not so great. German steel made in Germany is mwah, al dente. Okay, so let's just get sharpening. I'm going to wet the stone because I've been gassing on a little bit. All right, so what I'm wanting to do is put the blade away from me and at the far end of the stone. I'm choosing a section of the knife and I'm just going to go back and forth on the stone at that section of the knife. Excuse me as I put my glasses on, so I can see it's a delicate process. I don't want to ruin the knife. If I put the blade down too far, I may scratch the edge of the blade, and if I do it up too high, or if I'm going high, low, I'm actually going to be making a lovely curve on the knife instead of actually a straight, sharp point. So just consider, once again, consistency of that edge. No matter what angle you think you've chosen, should keep on that angle the entire process. Okay, so knife blade is away from me at the angle that I believe to be close enough to 15 degrees, and I'm going to pull towards myself. And then gently go back. I'm not going to worry about going off the stone, but the idea is not to put pressure when you're going back to the start. When I pull towards myself again, I can go back to the start and pull towards myself with pressure back to the start. Then I'll put pressure when I'm pulling towards myself, blade away from me. Now the reason I'm doing it just in this one section is it does actually make it easier for me to sharpen the edge of the knife with that consistent angle. There are other techniques that people use by going like this, but I find for me, I can't get that consistent angle the whole time from the heel of the knife to the tip of the knife. So this is how I was shown in Japan by a gentleman who makes knives. So a Japanese guy in Japan making knives. Back to the sharpening process. And I do this 20 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 20. But I've done that about 20 times already now. So next up, I'm going to do the second section of the knife, which would be about here to here. So I'm just going to choose that section of the knife, get the correct angle that I believe it should be, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you might see that they're starting to get a bit of a black slurry going on the stone. That is a sign that you're taking steel off the knife, so you're doing a good job. What you're also needing to do is keep splashing water on there, but don't worry about taking that slurry off the stone. Those metal filaments are actually making the stone a little bit coarser and helping the sharpening process, so don't go cleaning it off. I might actually do this in 2 sections, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now the tip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alrighty, so this is actually a friend's knife, so I'm being very cautious with how I'm doing this, making sure I'm sharpening the edge of the knife, and just the point of the knife, because as I said, if you bend the knife on too sharp an angle, you start sharpening on the edge of the knife instead of the very end point. Alrighty, so what I do now is I feel along the edge of the knife. Wherever it is still smooth, I know that I didn't sharpen the knife well enough. Okay, so just in this section, it's still a bit smooth. The reason I can tell this is because I'm sharpening the steel off the knife like this. When I pull like this, the metal is coming off the edge of the knife. Therefore, this side of the blade has got a burr on it. So if I feel a nice thick burr, I've done a fantastic job in creating a new edge on that knife. But yeah, I'm just going to do this section just here again. Splash some water on the stone. Okay, so that feels quite good to me. Next up, I'm going to flip the knife over, get rid of that burr from the first edge and create one on this side. So sharpened this edge of the knife. Now I need to sharpen this edge of the knife. All right, a bit more of a water splash, and here we go. Great, okay. All right, so I'm quite happy with the knife now. I've created a new edge on the knife. What I need to do now, however, is the same process all over again on the other side of this stone. It's gone a little bit dry because it's taken me a while to film this video, so I'm just going to put some water on top and let it soak a bit more again. So the 6000 grit is a very high grit. The nice new sharp edge of the knife has still got a little bit of coarse surface on it. Say for example, you know, sandpaper, if you use really coarse sandpaper, you need to use finer sandpaper to make a smooth surface, and that's the goal that you want. All right, so glasses on for this intricate work, and starting the exact same process again. Something to be careful of is if you change the angle of the sharpening while you're going, you could actually dig into the stone. The stone has got a couple of divots in it, which actually means it makes it difficult for me to continue using the stone. You can get a stone leveler. The crew at King of Knives sell the little stone leveler that you just wipe over the edge of it, and it flattens that surface of your knife, so of your stone. So if you've got that issue, you can fix it. Okay, so everyone always wants to see the paper cut experiment. Absolutely beautiful.